Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. We got a good one for you. It's Cosmic Clash. They just kicked off their brand new format for this season. It is a King of the Hill style game, which is going to be fantastic because it involves both strategy and also the normal. You go ahead and you fight against other people in the PvP battles. So it's a lot of fun that we're going to take a look at today. It just kicked off at the time of the recording. So by the time you may be watching this, you may have missed the first week, but don't worry. Right around May 31st or a little before May 31st, they're going to open it back up again, and you're going to get a chance to go ahead in the next round or the next week of it. Let's go ahead and dive through some of the details because there's going to be a lot of great prizes and a lot of different chances to go ahead and win. There's actually going to be 4 different rounds of this season. It's going to go all the way from May 24th, which is today, the time of the recording, probably a few days before you're watching this, and go all the way through June 19th. Each week is going to have a different sponsor. The first sponsor right here is going to be Farming Tales, which obviously I'm a big fan of, so I'm excited to jump in here on this one. Then from the 31st all the way to June 5th, it's going to be NFT Battle Miners. And then from June 6th to the 12th, it's going to be Elemental Hunter. And then the last week of this is going to be June 14th through June 19th, and that's going to be Apex Kings. So each time that we go through one of these rounds, it is going to be a new buy-in, but they are going to reopen the entry so you can go ahead and jump in there. But it does close shortly after each of the seasons kick off, because if you get in there too late, then you're spending FGL just to go ahead and jump in there and not be able to compete. So they're trying to balance that. So be aware that if you did miss the first couple of days of one of these weeks, you're going to have to wait till the next week in order to go ahead and play. Now let's go ahead and talk about the actual first round, the one that's kicked off for Farming Tales. This is going to be an example of essentially what the rest of the weeks are going to behold if you go ahead and decide to play. There's going to be 2 different tournaments, or 2 different brackets. They have the gold bracket, and then they're going to have the bronze bracket. The gold one is really for those that have the experience and have the ships available to go ahead and fight within this. It's going to be a little more limited in the number of people that are participating, because you really need to have a rare and above in order to compete. I should say 5 rare ships and above in order to compete. So it's going to be a lot more competitive, because you have people that have either all rares, all epics, or a combination of the two that are fighting in here and really trying to battle each other. For those that are beginners and brand new, even if you don't have any Cosmic Clash ships at all, you can go ahead and jump in on the bronze tournament. The prizes are a little bit less, so be aware of that. But again, the competition is going to be a lot less too, because you're going against people that have only common ships, and you can only fight commons in here. The other thing that you can note is the fact that you can actually go ahead and jump into both of these if you choose to. So what we're going to do, I've already jumped into the gold side just because I want to compete there and test it out, so I can go ahead and make sure I'm giving you the accurate information. But as part of this video, we're going to go ahead and jump in the bronze league, so I can show you how to walk through each of the details when you're in there. If you scroll down, it's going to show you a little bit more as far as how you decide which one you want to go into, because the gold is going to cost you 1,000 FGL just to enter, and the bronze costs you 500 FGL just to enter. And please be aware that you're going to have to pay that entry fee every single session. So there are a total of 4 sessions in this season. So if you want to go ahead and jump into the gold all 4 sessions, it's going to cost you a total of 4,000 FGL in entry fees. But then again, you have a chance to win all that back plus more if you're competitive in those in each of those sessions. The one thing that they did also want to note that I will show you in a lot more detail when we actually jump in here is that make sure when you go in there and you select the starship that you want to try and hold on to and be the king of the hill on, they do have different resources. You'll see it right here, and I'll show you once I get in there. There's some that give you 3 every 10 seconds, some that give you 1 every 10 seconds. Obviously, the higher the resources per 10 seconds, the better, but you're also going to have more competition for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and jump back over here to the King of the Hill. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into the bronze. But before I do that, I want to make sure you understand that I do have a link in the description of both the Discord for Cosmic Clash, and you'll be able to find the details in the FGL Discord under the CC announcement. That'll have all the details for Cosmic Clash. And then I'll also have a link in the description to the Cosmic Clash game itself, which will take you to something that looks like this. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and click on the tournament section over here on the left. And that's going to take you to this King of the Hill battle screen. As I mentioned, in order to go ahead and play the bronze, you're going to need 500 FGL, which at the time of this recording is equivalent to roughly about 35, 36 wax. So it's not too much to get into. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead here where it says join now. You're going to go ahead and click on that. You see I already did it for the gold. It's going to ask you to do your normal transactions. And then you go ahead through that process and it's going to go ahead and unlock it. So now it is unlocked and you'll see the little play now once it's unlocked. So we're going to go ahead and jump in here. This is the screen you're going to see. At the beginning of every single game, you're going to go ahead and be allowed, you're going to be given 3,000 minerals, 3,000 energies, and you have 0 trophies. Your goal is to get as many trophies as possible, as quickly as possible, so you can be higher on the rank and get the rewards that are here down on the bottom. So the way it's structured is there's also 3 different rarities of space stations. You have the rare space station that if you're on there, you're going to go ahead and earn the minerals. And then if you build up enough minerals, you can go ahead and attack the epic space stations. And the epic space station is going to go ahead and earn you energy, which the energy will be able to be stacked up and go ahead against the legendary space station, which that gives you the points towards the ranking itself. And you can see that it's funny because everybody just skipped right over the epic and filled out the legendary space stations with this one to try and get those trophies as quickly as possible. And you see some repeats here. So if you go in there and you try and beat those. Again, you only get 3,000 to start and 3,000 of the mineral and energy to start. So it's kind of a balance. So you have to go through and you have to balance the production of those resources to what you have there as far as trying to get the legendary, the tokens to get higher rankings. You only can do 30 battles a day, which isn't a ton. Well, actually, it's actually not bad considering before we were only able to do 5 battles a day. In order to go ahead and create your fleet, you go ahead and click on Create Fleet. And you're going to have a selection. And again, if you don't have any Cosmic Clash NFTs, they're going to give you some. So you can go ahead and use some. And they're not giving you the NFTs, but they're allowing you to borrow the ships themselves. I don't have any commons, but they're giving me the selection that's in here. It's going to cost you 1,000 minerals just to go ahead and create a fleet. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and click a bunch. They're all level 1s. And then we're going to go ahead and create now. We're going to make 2 of these fleets because I want to send 1 to a rare and 1 to an epic just to build up the resources. And just so you're aware, you can only create 1 fleet out of their free, I guess you could say, NFTs. If you have your own NFTs, you can create up to 5 different fleets. So I was only able to create 1. Like I said, I don't have any common ships of my own. All of mine are on the rare side. So what I can do is I can go ahead and I can battle one of these other people, which I'm going to do just because it's fun. And I'm going to go against Roger since he is in charge of it all. So we're going to go ahead and select our fleet. And then we're going to go ahead after. I have a 20-second grace period. Oh, he has a 20-second grace period. So we're just waiting for that timer to go up. And then we're going to go ahead after him. Most likely I'm going to lose. I can go ahead against these other ones. But we'll go against after. Go after you, Roger. In case you're watching this, I'm sure you will at some point. So let's go ahead and see if I lose. Again, it's free for me to go ahead and attack this one. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and we can watch them go through the battle itself. So we'll go ahead and just let them all battle it out. We can see, or we can go ahead and skip ahead. For the interest of the video, I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead to see if, and I ended up losing against them. It just has a good combination. Oops, that's just how it works. So we'll go ahead and close that out, and you'll see that I have 29 battles left. I can't attack him again, but I can go ahead after one of the other ones. So we'll go ahead and attack this guy. I'll skip the battle to see if I lost, and I lost. Again, I have all commons. I can do this all the way up to 30 times because it's not costing me anything on the rare side as far as the minerals go. So we'll skip ahead, and Again, I'm not doing very well with this. We're just going to go all the way through. We'll attack them all. Maybe we'll beat one. That's the fun with having all these extra ones. They're doing pretty good. All these battles, it's a lot nicer because then you can do a whole bunch. And one of these I gotta win. If I don't win one of these soon, I'll go ahead and just jump to one of the epics. So it looks like I'm not doing super well with those. See, as you can see here, you can see this one only has one. This one has two, so we'll go ahead and try and attack you. I lost again, and we'll try and attack you. The space station is already attacked, so we'll go ahead. They're in their grace period. So I wasn't doing very good with those attacks, which is unfortunate. Let's go ahead, and Roger is available again. He'll probably beat me again. Yep. See, that's the only problem with having some of these low ones. But what you can do is right now, at least at the time of this recording, these guys are all open. So why not? I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of these. Actually, let's scroll down. We'll take a swing. We'll take a swing at the fences at one of these legendaries, and hope we actually get it. Most likely, I'm not going to. But it's worth a shot, especially since I have the energy available. And if that doesn't work out, then I'll go ahead and jump into one of the epic ones and just hope I don't get knocked out. So we'll go ahead and grab, Nick, you look like you got a lot. So we'll go ahead and take this low one from you. And I mean that in jest because I have a sneaking suspicion he's going to beat me. Yep. That's one of the neat things. If you do have your own NFTs, they seem to be stronger. At least the combo that they're putting in there. So I ended up losing 12 battles with the free ones, but thankfully one of these other space stations are available. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in and try and just hold on to one of these as long as possible to earn my energy. So let's go ahead and click on this one. And then I'll go ahead and now I'm successfully in there. So I'm just going to try and hold on to that. And what you're going to see is every 10 seconds, my energy is going to go up by 3 every single time. And then I have a choice when I'm here. I'm either going to get knocked out or I'm going to go ahead and I can abandon it if I want to. So for example, if I got all the way up to 4,000 and I'm like, I want to go ahead against a legendary, I can go ahead and click on abandon and I'll go ahead and probably end up losing to a legendary. But that's one of the options. And if we scroll down here, like I said, you can see the different lists. I'm in last place just because I've spent a lot and I've lost a lot, but I'm still eligible to win 100 FGL. I've lost what? How many battles? 13 battles, and I'm still eligible to go ahead and win. So that's one of the neat things. And if you have multiple fleets, which you can get them very easily on the secondary market, you can go ahead and hold a number of these space stations, which will eventually give you a lot of these tokens. And you can go ahead and earn some FGL as a reward from this. So that's how you go ahead and play the game. Like it's an interesting concept. I like the strategy base to it. Before, if any of you are familiar with Cosmic Clash, you did your 5 battles every day as far as the seasonal tournament goes, and you went up in the higher rankings. You did get FGL, which was a really nice part about it all, but you didn't have as much control as you do here. With here, you got to do some strategizing. If you have multiple fleets, how many do you put in a rare? How many do you put in an epic space station? Obviously, you'd like to have as many as possible in the legendary, just to try and hold on to that and get higher rankings. But you're going to have to do some sort of balancing because there are some elite players in here. You got Roger, you got Polar, you got Nick, you got all these people. We got Mike in here also. So you got some good players in here. So you need to have some sort of strategy in there. Let's do a quick jump over to gold. Again, this is the one that I'm looking at here. I was able to sneak into one of these legendaries. It was open. So I'm moving up in the ranking. You'll see the ranking here. If at all you are interested on the gold side, you'll see that there are only 18 players playing, but you can see it's a lot more competition in here, but the rewards are higher. So you can go ahead and take a look at both. Like I said, you can play both tournaments if you want to. You see a lot of players that are playing both tournaments. If you're not into FGL and you don't have any of the FGL NFTs at the moment, you can go ahead and jump in the Bronze League. Like I showed you, they give you an option to go ahead and create a fleet using their ships. They're not as strong as if you had some of the NFT ones, but there's still a chance to go ahead and earn some rewards. and it's every week. It's only a week long, and then we'll move on to the next sponsor. So it's not like you have to hold on to your spot for the full season. You're holding on to your spot for a week, and then hopefully you get some rewards and go ahead and do it all over again. So let me know in the comments below, is this something that you're going to go ahead and try? Are you already in Cosmic Clash? How do you like this compared to the previous version of Cosmic Clash? I'm still on the fence. I like the strategy along with it. I like you have a lot more ability to go ahead and control your results in this. So you can go ahead and tax different space stations depending on the rewards that they offer, and then kind of build it from a resource perspective. But I also did like the way you could produce the FGL in the previous version. So that was probably my biggest hiccup, but I want to go ahead and give the full season before I do any pure judgment on it. But I like the strategy. It's neat to see another game within the FGL family having a lot more strategy to it. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.